the bill, signed copy, final version, gazetted copy. These are all different versions of this new tax reform act that we are seeing. And I've received questions from some people. Oladejo, which one should we really rely on, in fact? That's what we are going to be dealing with today. Let's talk about what those different versions, what they mean, and which version finally has the force of law. This is Oladejo Adeyemi, and this is Insight with Oladejo. During the legislative process in Nigeria, there are many things that typically happen. Because once an act of the parliament has been passed, it becomes law. So the process is usually very detailed and thorough. It also involves engagement, with many stakeholders so that concurrence can be sought and there can be alignment, with the public vis-a-vis what is about to change. So the process that these reforms also took wasn't fundamentally different from what it has always been. So narrowing down to the different versions, at the time when this process had kickstarted, conversations have been put on paper. What you have is the bill. The bill will give us indication of what are the things that are going to change. For instance, since we had the bill, we knew that by the time the act is passed, some laws will be expunged. And we know that these expungements would mean that those laws have ceased to exist from the date of commencement of the new law. Now, so when you talk about the bill, you are talking about the document that has the work in progress put together. Once the bill has been passed, of course, by the Senate and passed by the House of Rep, they would also have joint session that would pass what changes and amendments. All of these processes that I'm trying to shorten just to educate us usually take time. And sometimes they usually have a lot of emotional nuances because what is about to change may be touching different quarters or touching different people or touching different industries in different ways. But once that concurrence had been reached at that level, what you then have is the bill then seeking presidential assent. Once the president signs, which was the event that happened, the iconic event, I should say, that happened on the 26th of June, 2025, with respect to these reforms. What you then have is, you have the signed copy. When you have the signed copy, that signed copy is then going to be gazetted, such that you have the official document that you can always rely on. So, anytime you want to check which version is most relevant for your business, or someone has sent you a version of any law, watch out to be sure that you're not reading the bill, in which case something might have changed. In fact, even if they send you the signed copy, as a true Nigerian business owner, you should try to reach out for the gazetted copy. It's important you keep following me on all of my social media platforms so that you don't miss notifications, like this. If you don't subscribe, you will definitely miss notifications when new videos are uploaded. So it's important that you keep following me such that when new videos are uploaded, you will not miss the juice in the conversation. Bye for now. See you next time.